And we look forward to seeing you next week for Marketing Minute Live. Take care. Marketing Minute Live. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, welcome back, everyone.
So, today we are going to talk about preparations for the holiday,
Yes.
and especially the change, the shift in COVID-19 and what we can expect for the big holiday. Black Friday, uh,
Small
Small
Business
Business
Saturday,
Saturday, yeah,
Cyber
Cyber
Monday.
Monday, yeah, and then if you even want to go as far as even mentioning Giving Tuesday for for you nonprofits out there. But so I want to start off by sharing an experience that I recently encountered. Yesterday, I visited Macy's, needed to get some shoes for an upcoming wedding, and there was like no one in there. It was practically a ghost town, and it really lends to what you were saying, Jasmine, about the write up you did for the holiday shopping season, what we can possibly expect, and the research that you've done.
Mhm.
I'm very I wonder about a lot of these stores being around next year because of the reduced foot traffic that they're experiencing.
Yeah. And really, with the research I was doing, it kind of showed that we were already headed down a path of shopping online. A lot of sales from last Black Friday in 2019 were already online. So it's interesting to see that what COVID has did is really just pushed those sales further to being online, less foot traffic in stores, because really, COVID or not, we were already headed in that direction of e-commerce kind of dominating.
So if you're just jumping on and joining us, whether you're watching the live session or the replay, we want to know where you're connecting from. So go ahead and include that in the comments below.
Mhm.
But today we're talking about the upcoming shopping season and the adjustment that you're going to have to make for your marketing. So one of the things that we have found is in number one, you know, you're gonna see stores like Walmart, Macy's, all of these stores closed for Thanksgiving. And usually Thanksgiving is the time where people get ready to hit the ground running for Black Friday. But there's gonna be a shift in what you see.
Mhm. Definitely. Instead of Thanksgiving evening, lines are already packed because stores are going to open early. You won't see those long lines late at night. A lot of stores, as you mentioned, they're going to be closed the whole day Thanksgiving. And really, they won't start their sales until that Friday morning. But even more than that, stores aren't even going to wait till Black Friday. They're going to start earlier than that. Many stores like Target have already announced that they're probably going to start their sales and huge discounts actually in October or in the beginning of November.
And I can really see the sense in that, Jasmine, because this morning I had a dental appointment. And of course, with all of these appointments, you're expecting change, right? Things are not going to be the same. I found out from them this morning that their new process involves waiting in the parking lot. You text them that you've arrived. I'm wondering what that's going to mean for the winter time, but we're not there yet. I'm not looking to get us there yet either. But when I got in, I really was impressed with some of the steps that they've taken to protect their customers. And I really wish that I knew ahead of time. So naturally, I mentioned it to the office manager. I commended them. And I mentioned it to the office manager that it would have been really nice to know ahead of time. And she said, we did let everyone know. So it really lends to what you're saying about starting early because maybe they did send out an email and maybe they did post it on social media. Maybe that email that they sent out was the one that I missed. Or maybe it went into the junk mail folder and I probably would have seen it on social media. So it really means that, yes, number one, you've got to plan early. You've got to plan to start early, but it also means that you have to show up in places where your customers will see what you have to offer, and you're showing up frequently so that they'll remember, because you've got a lot of competition this time around. And last year, my notes, let's see, it was $9.4 billion people spent around the holidays. COVID wasn't a thing then. So we can expect that number jumping up much, much higher. Are you prepared for sales? That's the question.
And I really appreciate that experience that you gave about being at your appointment, because it shows that you have to put yourselves kind of like in the customer's shoes.
You
We need
do.
reminders, and we may look at our email more than we do social media, or we may be on social media more than we do your email. So as you kind of plan your communication channel for your sales, think about that. Put yourselves in the shoes of the customers. Sometimes you may feel like, oh, I'm going to send out an email, I'm going to post one thing on social media, and I may send out something else. Well, someone who just uses social media may never even see those emails. So you want to have repeated communication on all your channels. And I think that your experience really lends to that fact.
Yeah, yeah. So, in terms of planning ahead, what we're going to do, we're going to dive into this topic a little further this month, because we really want to see you prepared for October. And of course, it's going to start with a plan, a marketing calendar. I'm going to just do some musical screens or some rearranging here. Hopefully, nope, that's not what I'm after here. Jasmine, I'm going to remove you off the screen just for a
Okay.
bit. Okay, so here, and I want you to see, there we are. So here's a sample of a marketing calendar. Now, this is an example of a marketing calendar that you would have used last year, where all of the planning was done in 1 month. It was, you started the beginning of of November for the season, and it covered um, possibly Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, and Giving Tuesday. And here's where you determined, of course, what your message was going to be. And then you made sure that that message was showing up in multiple places. So you can see here that the offer was announced here on Facebook. It was announced on email. Then you've got two other email reminders before the season hit, and you have two other reminders on Facebook before the season hit. So now, the change that you're going to see this time around, or the change that you would need to make, would have this start from the beginning of October. And you're building that anticipation and making sure. So, in this example, it was really just Facebook in this example, but for you, it may not just be Facebook. Maybe it's Instagram. Maybe it's a YouTube video that you've also prepared to promote your offer. Maybe it's LinkedIn if you're in the B2B sector. So where are you going to show up? And it's definitely going to be where your customers are. What channels are you using? Um, if they did a Google search, are they going to be able to see that offer? Planning for that. Maybe you're posting not just on Facebook, Instagram, um, YouTube, and Twitter and so forth, but maybe you're also posting on Google My Business. So you're really planning your marketing in terms of where are you going to show up to make sure that people are aware of the special that you're offering. Now I want to switch to another point, and this really speaks to the reason why you want to prepare. So now, this actually speaks to 2018. 2018, um, you're looking, or no, it was 2019. It was projected. Let's try that again. This was 2018. You saw a spending of 687 billion, and it was projected to increase by 5.3% for 2019. That percentage is going to be higher this time around. So we want to make sure that you are ready for sales, ready for growth in your business.
And along the same lines of putting yourself in the customer's shoes, we don't want you to start planning early only to lose out on sales. So it's important, of course, to have a communication plan, but also have a plan to provide the best customer experience for people who will do business with you during the holidays. And there's a few things that you can do to be sure of that. Um, First would just be thinking about how does the purchasing process go for each customer? Is it smooth? If they're ordering online, go through it yourself. Test out your website. Make sure everything's functioning properly. If there's any questions, like different type of shipping options that you have, all of this should kind of be planned. Should be not kind of should be planned out and ready to go before you dive into selling for the holiday season.
Now, naturally, people are going to expect to see free shipping. So now's your time to research as to how you can provide free shipping,
Mhm.
since you want to encourage them to shop from you online, since they are not really comfortable. For a lot of people, aren't comfortable going into stores. So you want to make it easy for them, and that's where your planning comes into play. And then, are you able to upsell them? When they purchase one thing, when you're going through the store and you think you have everything, you plan on only spending $20, and now because of the items on the end cap, whether it was that chocolate bar or chips and so forth, you weren't hungry when you walked in the store, but now you are because you see it. That's the beauty of upselling. So, are you able to upsell them in your promotion, whether it's e-commerce store or add-on through services that you're offering? Are you able to upsell them? So, all goes into planning.
And that's so good you mentioned upselling because it just shows you that you want to try to mimic the in store experience as much as you can online. And thinking about those small details as people purchase online can really improve the experience for them while they're shopping, and also improve your sales and just the customer appreciation and satisfaction that you can receive during this time.
Right, right. So, here's what to expect from us. We've got 2 more weeks in September. So next week we're going to dive further into this discussion. We're going to discuss tools that you can consider implementing into your marketing strategy for the holidays. And if you are looking for assistance in getting prepared and putting together a marketing plan that you can execute on, contact us. We're going to include a link to schedule a free consultation, a 15-minute consultation to discuss what you need to do to get ready.
And until next week, we'll obviously, like Karen said, we'll continue the conversation. We can't wait to see you again. Hopefully, you can join us in.
In the meanwhile, if you have any questions at all, go ahead and type it in the comments below. We'll keep an eye out for those. And especially if there's anything that you want us to cover during next
Mhm.
week's session, maybe a tool that you were looking at and you would like us to review that during next week's session, go ahead and comment that below, and we'll see if we can incorporate it. But most of all, thank you for joining us for another Marketing Minute Live. Make it uh, a productive week. Not sure why that word wasn't coming out, but make it a productive week. And we look forward to seeing you next week for Marketing Minute Live. Take care.